I'm about to go live. It look like I'm live, y'all. Let me refresh my chat over here. Still not actually able to see my chat over here. It's all right. All right. How y'all doing today? I'm doing well today, and hope that y'all can hear me, and I hope y'all are ready to get into this conversation today. So, how y'all doing today? Let's get this energy up. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? I wish I could have some music playing, but at the moment, I don't have the equipment in order to have my music playing. It won't be here until tomorrow, but it's okay. We still gonna get these vibes up. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? As y'all know, today's topic that we're speaking about is things change and people do too. Things change and people do too. Things change and people do too, y'all. Now, today's topic is about things change and people do too. Because as you must realize, as you perceive life is the way that it is. And a lot of people nowadays always state that they'll never change, that they want to stay the same. They don't even want to change. Well, if you're surrounded around people like that, then you need to stay away from them. You don't need to be around them. You do not need to surround yourself around people who are not trying to change, because change is inevitable and change is all about growth. The only way that you can cultivate your inner self, only way that you can cultivate the future you or cultivate the better you is through changing who you are now into a better person. Changing who you are now into a better person. Whether it is stopping things that you're now consuming, whether if it is changing the way that you think, whether if it is you taking better actions or changing the actions of your daily routines in order to make your life better, to become a better person. You must change, y'all. Change is inevitable, and you can't be scared of change. You have to want to change in order to be a better person. You have to want to change in order to attract the things in which you are striving to attract in this lifetime. Now, how many of y'all are ready to make a change? How many of y'all are ready to make a change? I want everybody to drop in the chat. I want everybody to tweet. I want everybody to chat that I'm ready to make a change. Let's get this engagement up, y'all. Everybody chat, I'm ready to make a change. I want everybody to chat, I'm ready to make a change. You have to be ready to make a change in order to get the results in which you're striving to receive. How can you attract new things to you if you're not changing? I repeat, how can you attract new things to you if you're not changing? If you're not changing the way that you think, if you're not changing the way that you move, if you're not changing the people who are around you, then how are you going to attract new things into your life if you're not changing? See, things change, whether if you like it or not. And people do too, by choice. I repeat, things change, whether if you like it or not. And people do too, but by choice. So when are you going to make the conscious decision and the conscious choice to make a change in your life? Is it going to be today? Is it going to be today, y'all? Are you going to make the change today to be a better person? I'm asking you, because I want to know. I want to know, are you going to make the change today to be a better person? Or are you going to wait until the end of the world to finally make a change for yourself? See, things change and people do too can be a positive thing, and it can be a negative thing as well. Because how many of y'all have encountered people who you've known for all of your life, and then all of a sudden you realize that you really don't know this person? or you felt like they have changed from the person that they are or used to be? How many of y'all have encountered that? I know I have. And I have encountered it on the level of me changing and people feeling like I'm different or I'm not the same because I am elevating and raising my consciousness and raising my frequencies. So their perception of me, since they're vibrating on such a low frequency, is that I have changed. But they're not resonating. Have I made a change? Yes, I have changed, but is my change for the betterment of me? Have I changed for the better? Maybe I have not changed for the better for them, but I have changed for the better for me. And you have to do that for you. And you can't be worried about those people who you feel like have changed on you, because if they have changed and your frequencies are not matching anymore, then that shows you that they have no purpose in your life anymore. I repeat, do not hold on to people that you feel like have changed on you or are changing in your life, because if their frequencies or energy is not matching yours, then it shows you that they're not meant to be there in your life anymore. People are here for seasons, chapters, episodes, and some people are here for series. You have to ask yourself, which person plays those particular positions in your life? Which person plays only an episode in your life, a chapter in your life, a season in your life, or even a series in your life? You can't be upset or you can't be mad at the fact of knowing that some people will not be in your life forever. And that some people have to move on, or some people have to leave out of your life in order for you to attract new things, in order for you to attract new people, in order for you to attract new situations. But see, the problem is nowadays that y'all are so caught up on wanting to hold on to things, being so attached to the people who you're around, being so attached to the environment that you're in that you don't want to let go. But you're always complaining about how you don't want to be there, or how you don't want this person in your life, or how you so much want change. But how many of y'all really are ready for change? Because change takes sacrifice. I repeat, change takes sacrifice. And if you're not willing to sacrifice the old you, if you're not willing to sacrifice old habits, if you're not willing to sacrifice letting some people go who don't play a better part in your life, then I'm sorry to say that nothing is going to change for you. Nothing is going to change for you. Other people are going to change around you, but you're not going to change. And then nothing that you're encountering will change either, because you have become content. The word is that you have become content. Content with everything that you are experiencing right now. Now, why do you think so many people are content with where they are at right now? They're content only because they're afraid. They live in fear. They're stuck in their lower chakra. They live in fear. They're afraid to move on to better things. They're afraid to allow change to happen in their life because they're afraid of what may happen or what could be, not realizing that it could be better, rather than always thinking from a negative perspective. Do you not agree? Do you not agree? I mean, if you're always thinking that, change is going to be bad, when change is not, change is good, then how do you think that you're going to receive the things that you need to receive in your life in order to make a greater change for yourself? I want you to riddle me that. Please answer that question. Because if you don't accept change and let change into your life to allow things to change you for the better so that you can bring about a change upon your life, a change upon your immediate environment, and if you're a bright enough star, a change upon the world, then what are you doing? What is your purpose? Because change is inevitable. You're going to change. You're going to get old. And one day, we will transcend these avatars that we live in. And we will no longer be here in the flesh. We'll go back to the spirit realm. But while we are here in the flesh, experiencing a spiritual being, experiencing a physical experience in this third dimensional matrix is the reason why we came here. Then why would you fight against something that is naturally structured, which is called change, evolution? That's all evolution is change. Why would you fight against something that's natural? Why? I ask myself that all the time. Why would you do that? See, when people start to change around you, you should change too. And start to learn to be happy with just spending time with yourself so that you can help work on the things that you need to work on so that you can change yourself for the better. That's what's wrong with the world. I think that most people nowadays are so caught up on other people and what other people expect of them that they're afraid to spend time with themselves and afraid to change themselves for the better. So yes, even though we know that things change and people do too, it could be for the better. It's just all about how you perceive it. It's just all about how you perceive it. See, things are inevitably meant to change. And people are too. It's just that people don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept the fact that change is inevitable, inescapable. People don't want to realize that. And people are afraid of change, and they're afraid of being alone. It shouldn't matter to you when people change around you. It shouldn't matter. You should be able to adapt to anything. When a person changes around you, when a person shows that they no longer want to be the person that you need them to be in your life, then learn to value yourself. Learn your value. Learn who you are. Learn your worth. Learn your wealth, Learn your wealth. Learn your worth. And then that wouldn't affect you the way that it is, or that it's perceived that it should be. It wouldn't affect you in a negative way if you were perceived to value your worth, value yourself. Because when people tend to change upon who they are, or change around you, then maybe that's showing you that you need to change too and take another direction and leave those people where they're at, because they're not matching your energy or matching your frequency, so that you can blossom and grow into the beautiful butterfly that you was always meant to be. How many of you have thought about that? You can't be afraid of change. And you can't be mad at people for changing, whether it's for the good or for the worse. All you can do is decide if you want to continue to be in the midst of that change, or if you want to extract yourself and create your own change. Create your own change. The greatest thing for you to do is to extract yourself and to create your own change so that you can focus on you, because you are the director of this movie. You are the most important source in this movie, in this play called life. You. So if you will focus on more time on working on yourself, changing yourself for the better, whether if it's your eating habits, your thoughts, your actions, whether if it's working out, whether if it's learning new habits, then I promise you that you are starting to see the benefits of attracting greater things to you through the change in which you make first, because change starts first within. And once you make that determination or that decision to be determined to make that change, then everything else around you will change too, including people. And that's not bad. That's not bad at all. You want people to change. You want people to change around you if they're not there for you. If they're not there for you, then you want them to no longer be there and to change and to move on so that you can move on to greater things. I don't think y'all catching that. You want people to change. You want people to change around you if they're not matching your energy and they're not matching your frequencies and vibrations, in order for you to be able to detach so that you can change your environment and change yourself for the better to attract the things that you are trying to attract in this lifetime. So why are so many people afraid of a change? Don't worry about those people who change around you or change on you, because they was never meant to be there for you in the first place. And maybe they was only there for a season. But it shows that they need to change their actions if they're acting that way towards you, or they switched up on you. That is something that is personal, and don't make it a personal situation for you by attaching yourself onto their problems and their negativity or misalignments. See, the time is now to make a change. It is never too late to change. And even though you can't change the things in which happen in your life, because we can't go back to the past to change what has happened in the past, but we can change the way that we feel about it. We can change the way that we heal about it by healing ourselves, by changing our perspective. We can change the way that we think about it by changing the way that we think holistically. See, the law and art of change is a beautiful thing. It's a powerful tool as well. The law and art of change is so powerful that if one learns to enable it, that they will witness and experience abundance of growth and positive change. I repeat, that the law and art of change is so powerful and such of a great tool that when one learns to enable it, to practice it, that they will enable abundance of positive light and change within their life. But in order to fight against change, one will restrict themselves from everything in which they're trying to grow towards or trying to attract to them in this lifetime. You must accept change, because acceptance is everything. And without it, without change, you have nothing. You'll just be stuck in the same predicament that you're in now, and you'll just have to learn to be content with it. You'll just have to learn to be content. And how many of us really want to be content? I know I'm not content on where I'm at right now. I mean, I'm not even content with how many people watches my lives at the moment, even though I'm investing this energy for those who do accept this energy, who are receiving this energy, because I'm sending this love and light for those who are trying to receive it. But I know that as long as I continue to as I continue to actually strive towards being better, that eventually I will attract the change in which I'm trying to receive, which is to actually have more people interacting in my life, watching my lives, and having more followers on YouTube and attracting more people who are like-minded and who match my energy so that I can help them grow into the light beings that they are striving to be. That is my mission. That is my mission. It feels good when you know that you're actually helping people change their lives. It feels good when you have people interacting and they're letting you know that you're changing their lives just with your words and just with the presence of your energy being there in order to help guide them or to give them light advice in order for them to grow. It's the truth. Because without it, life would just be a boring play. Don't you agree? Without change, life would be a boring play. And who would really want to be a part of it? Who would really want to be a part of it if life was just a boring play? A play where no change even existed. How many of us really would want to even be here to experience it? One of the greatest things that we all complain about all the time, quote unquote, is how we wish things were better. And that equates change. How we wish this, or how we wish we had this, or how we wish, not realizing that we can gain these things as long as we learn to attract these things through the way that we go about our day-to-day life, through learning to accept change. We must learn to accept change, because in acceptance, which is everything, in accepting change, you will bring about a change. I repeat, in accepting change, you will bring about a change in your life. But first, you have to accept it. Once you accept it, then you must apply it. Once you apply it, then you will receive it. What will you receive? You will receive the change in which you are trying to manifest. So learn to accept the changes in your life. Learn to accept people for the way that they change in your life. And don't hold it to your heart. Realize that, shoot, don't be attached to it. Realize that if they change and they move on in their life, then you need to do the same. You need to change the way that you think about them and the way that you think, period, and move on with your life and move on to greater things. Because things change and people do too. And there is no stopping that. There is no stopping that. That is a universal law. How many of us wish we can change so many things in our life, but we can't? I mean, think about all the things that you wish you could have changed in your life. That you wish you didn't have to experience. You wish that you never had to go through. But a lot of those things made you who you are today. A lot of those things really helped you grow. If it wasn't for those things, then who would you be today? Think about it from that perspective. If it wasn't for those things in which you wish you could have changed about your life, what would you be today? And what type of person would you be today? What type of person would you have evolved into today if it wasn't for those things? Because it is stated that struggle builds character. Do you not agree? It is stated that struggle builds